social media support staff basically. And that gives me the ability to be here and kind of doing it like my counterparts. And that way I can work on Green County projects exclusively for economic development. And I just want to introduce myself and then pass on my card later and then answer any questions if you have anything on the new partnership or myself on priorities for GCDC.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Item E. Discuss and update Grand Junction ordinances. Number 1, nuisance animal chicken property junk abandoned vehicles. So what do we want to do here?
This is going to include our second reading of
Yeah, they
a
probably
new ordinance allowing chickens, correct?
yes.
So we've already discussed this one, correct? On the second.
Yeah, on this one, this was, we probably should look it over, make sure everything was added to it, but I feel like.
The chicken permit?
Yeah.
Are we going over the chickens?
Yes, Zach revised this and sent it to me, and I printed it this morning.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to make all the changes pretty self-explanatory. The only thing I, for sure we have to talk about is the maximum number of pens. But any other change that you guys want to talk about, it's all on that sheet.
These first 3 questions, the yes or no questions, are these like a make or break, like yes or no, or these just things we take into consideration? Like say, they're not a property owner, does that mean they can't have chickens? Or
I think it would be more of a, like, say you rented a house and they said no pets, and then you're like, trying to get chickens, I don't know if you consider that a pet, but maybe the homeowner does not allow that. I think that would be.
what happens if an adjacent neighbor objects to having chickens? Does that mean you can't have chickens?
I think that would be a case by case, probably.
So these take into consideration.
Yeah.
It's not like a definitive yes or no.
Correct.
Answer and note any of those questions isn't a make or break.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt for it to
All right.
just state that it's just.
Let me put a note on that then.
Is it written here, and maybe I went over it, where only renters are not to raise chickens because of the no pets
Well,
in
that's,
the contract
I
of the owner, I guess?
I guess, and I think that's why it says, is the applicant also a property owner? Because if you put no to that, we could get a hold of the property owner to see if it's something they're okay with, or,
Upon permission
yeah,
of the owner.
yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just reading through this.
Okay, so we just need to revise this one, that, to clarify whether you're a homeowner or a renter? Is that the only clarification we need to move on this?
Yeah, I think that's it, so.
Do you have those changes, Zach?
So I'm looking at the permit, and so we just need to clarify that we're asking if the applicant is an owner or a renter.
Yeah,
Correct, and
with permission granted by the owner of the property, something in that term, no?
So is the applicant also the property owner? If the answer is no, then I'll just put, if no, do you have permission from the property owner.
That's good, that's a good term, I think.
Yeah.
So then third reading in June.
Yes. I need to look at the,
Well, did you want to talk about the max number?
well, can we, I'm reading over the actual ordinance now.
The first reading was 6, through around 12, and then we decided with USDA requirements, but after I looked into that, there's really no governance on it. It's just the Animal Rescue League on their website, they say the standard space for a chicken is 4 square feet of coop space and 10 square feet of run per chicken. So what do you guys think about that?
So right here, it's got 6.
Yeah, he's asking if that's what we want to be at, or what we change it.
Oh,
That's getting real deep.
That's what there's no, it kind of muddies the water a
Yeah,
little bit.
I never heard any chickens complain, the ones that I had, but I guess it's the law is the law.
Well, I know that, so the only reason that 6 was on there the first reading was because it was pretty much just taken from another town's code. And then, if I remember right, Bryce said something like, if we really want to do this for sustenance, then we should probably raise that to 12. I really don't,
6 ain't enough. I don't think, is it?
I'm not
Wouldn't be
on
enough for my
it,
family.
No, that's the problem.
I know it's pretty standard. I've seen a lot of other towns that 6. Just for, not necessarily the health of the chicken, it's more sanitary reasons, health of humans.
Once you were put it up to 12.
No, he's saying, or do we would change it here?
No.
Just want to know if we should change it, and then, because this next month in June, when we have our third reading, that's the last and final one.
So you want to leave it at 6? You want to
Let's leave it at 6, and
6?
vote on it next month.
Yeah.
I'll be okay with that.
Sounds good.
sounds good to me.
Okay.
Is this,
That's there's a list of things on there, and we won't through. No.
what are the other,
We got animals,
Chicken
property.
control.
Wait, let's go back to property.
That's what we're still up there. Jason's moving on, we just aren't. No, we're still in title.
Yeah,
so animals,
got that.
Yes, and we
Got the code book, our original code book. Thank you, Mary, for printing this for us.
and
We
so,
are several pages deep with violations in town. We've got all kind, compared to what the readings are in our ordinance book. So, we all know that, it's gonna take community involvement to, yes, we're gonna get a code enforcement officer, but we've got to start as far as us. The council putting their foot down, again, there's the big one to me that I can see is these junk cars that, tags are out of date, if you even got them, boats that aren't tagged, travel trailers. And there's some freezers, and refrigerators that are unsealed, unfastened, children couldn't have it yet, but who knows, it could happen. Boy, we gotta get some letters out, get some enforcement behind it. How many do we have enforcement letters? Jason, do you know, or Mary can help us on that? Just rough,
in general, or about junk?
yeah.
There's something new about these freezers and refrigerators, because we tried before with Lauderdale. They didn't enforce it, they said something, but you just, So I don't know what the new deal was.
Are you supposed to rebate the door?
Yeah, usually because they can't seal then.
But there was something about they didn't make him take his off.
Yeah.
Well, the recreational vehicles, when they're occupied, I can understand cousin Tom comes down, spends a week, you know, but there's no living in them. Have we talked to Kelly about abandoning his campsite? You got anything out
The
there?
way it sounds is he's no longer staying. He's
Right.
back in the house.
He's not 100% living there, so.
I don't know if it's a hangout spot, I don't know what type of,
Unless someone wants to go down there and watch him all the time, but I don't think he's there full time, so.
yeah,
And he is cleaning it up too, so.
yeah,
Actually looking better.
yeah, he went out, he graded it, it's all leveled off now on the one side.
He's making an attempt at least.
Well, so we're gonna have to have some pretty heavy letters going out. We're gonna make this work
And they,
because
Mary, did you ever say how many you
The,
have sent out roughly this year?
the shape we're in, folks.
They're
is
mostly
ugly.
the dogs.
Yeah,
Right.
but
And keep in
you have
mind,
sent some, I know you,
Nuisance animals, yeah, she's in quite a few of them.
And jump,
Yeah,
probably
5, 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
and keep in mind, we're holding off on the junk ones until we're done with
the cleanup.
cleanup day, and then it's.
Yeah.
It's only a couple
Hold
weeks.
off, it's obvious. Why can't we start? And here's the day we're gonna throw down. I don't know why we're waiting on, why don't we wait till August,
Well,
September?
the thing is, if we send out a letter now, they have to,
They have to abide by it.
no, they have to clean up the property now.
So?
Which the problem is
Should have been clean years
we
ago.
should have, you know?
All right.
We're hoping with the cleanup day, we're saying, hey,
How many cleanup days have we had? How many years? Every year for how many years?
We didn't
Where
have,
are
we didn't have them the
we?
last 2
Kenny,
years.
this is,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, they skip, they don't do it every year, so.
They start
They
skipping, they start
And then do it
skipping,
every year. So,
like,
Well, I think we need to throw, when we start throwing these out, don't just make one day, okay, I'll hold off until that day. Just my thoughts, folks. Shouldn't have let it go this long, but it's happened, and it didn't just happen to,
No, it didn't happen in just 3 months of us being council, it's been for years,
yes, sir.
years. But you can always go around and write the address, give it to Mary. She'll write it for you. I don't have to do it, you can do it.
yeah,
The council.
you can point out, yeah.
Well,
Give her the address.
I've got a list that gentleman from the north side gave us here 2 months ago, whole page of,
Yeah, you can.
Yep. Send some letters out to every one of them.
Yep, everyone
She already
does
sent,
that.
like, yeah, she sent letters and all that.
But if you got anything,
do
give it to
you
Mary.
just need an address then, Mary?
Yep.
Okay.
Cause then she'll look up property owner, things like
Oh.
that, she'll make
I'll
the
print it
address.
out and then send it.
Myron?
It goes to the whole council,
Mhm.
and not just about the junk, but I've noticed there's a lot of yard that need moved.
Oh, yeah.
Some footers
A
over there.
lot, I mean, we're talking like.
Over
multiple
12 inches, over 12 inches.
The house on Main
Yeah.
Street that looks, that went up for tax sale.
Yep,
Oh,
What
the
one?
trailer house, the trailer down by Joan Dearborn.
Is it that brown one? The
Yes,
brown?
yep.
With the blue,
Yeah.
I talked, well, had another complaint on it. And I called the courthouse and they told me that they did go up for tax sale, but the company that bought the tax sale may just
So
not go through with it and.
down to the property owner, to next to it, that might be, that been of interest in trying to get it for a long time. And I gave them the contact information to the company that bought it on tax sale. They did contact them to see sale, and we will buy it from you for what you have in it, so we can just. And they said they can't do anything with it until, July 15th, like I said.
Yeah,
So-
July 15th.
It sounds like maybe they might continue to go through with it, and hopefully the neighbors can purchase it from them, and they can get it cleaned up.
Otherwise, they contact the current owner.
Yeah, well, so the problem with the
Do
current
a
owner,
quick claim deed for a buck.
there's two people on it, and they don't have contact with one of the people, they can't get contact, so you wouldn't be able to quit claim deed it, because there's only, it says, and, if it said or, but it says and, so,
Oh, it does say and.
it says
They
and.
didn't tell me. Perhaps.
Because I know like vehicle titles, they just said and, you have to have both signatures, it says or, you only need one. So fingers crossed on July.
Because they were wondering if the city would want to buy it. But a lot of the houses are renters that you're referring to.
Yeah, but it's the
And
It's
the
the owner's
property owner.
responsibility to maintain, keep the exterior, keep the house in an exterior, well painted and livable, no crack windows, is the owner's responsibility.
Yeah, but
So,
the owner does not want to take responsibility.
So on animal side of things, so we went ahead with pause, correct? We voted to do that. Now we just,
Sign the contract signed, submitted with the annual fee.
And that goes into effect
yeah, what is that, June?
in June.
It should go into effect as soon as they sign it and send us
Okay.
back.
Okay, I was just wondering, 'cause
Send
I-
us a copy back.
and then who do we put was our people who can actually take animals up there?
The city council.
Okay, okay, Robert,
Both of you, me, Robert, I think the city council.
will you send us out, notification when that is in effect?
I will let you know.
Is there anything else about animals that we need to discuss? Can we discuss chickens, anything under property that we need to discuss? And
Okay, the city council's not on.
That's,
so it's just you three, Robert.
I got one thing about the chicken ordinance, if I'm not interrupting or anything.
Nope.
go ahead.
What do you guys think of the fines?
Those, let me tell you, if I had chickens, they would be
What do you say?
the fines, the price of the fines. Let me tell you, if I had chickens, they would be in their pen.
Right. I think it's good fun.
The first offense is a written warning, the second was $250, and the third was $500.
All right, and I just want to make sure you guys didn't have any problems with that. Don't leave it as is, if you guys don't have any.
And this would, I think, well, because of the child that got hurt.
Yeah, they definitely make it sting a little more.
Mhm.
Anything under property that we need to discuss?
Are we making any changes to those? Zach, I do have a copy of the book when you return for you.
Thank you, Mary.
Did you make one for me or?
Yes, so,
No, you said you had one. Do you want me to make one?
Yeah, sure, I just want to make sure it's most accurate and updated one. Thank you. You guys see anything we wanted to change about this for?
Not really change now, we just need to, John said, start enforcing. Yeah.
Yeah, does that go for mobile home regulations? What page is it?
I'm on
134.
134.
What about 121 license fees for animals?
What was that, Mary?
121 for
Page
license
121, license fees.
$5 per dog.
Would you like me to mark this up in the form and send it with the next light bill
Oh, just to inform people they need to
with
start.
an application?
It probably won't hurt.
If you have an animal, come in to have it registered.
Do we have fines in here if they do not?
And will require all immunization shots.
You got metal tags?
We have to look to find,
We have to do it every year.
Mm-hmm.
it says on a report the 1st of January of each year, unless you wish to change that.
So basically, what I'm reading here is, so if the dog, if we see their dog at the house and they're not licensed, we really can't do nothing until they go at large and then they're not licensed, basically.
Probably.
And you're
Because there'd be really no way to tell if the dog was tagged because,
only way we're gonna know is if they go at large.
yes.
And we capture it.
I mean, you could assume, hey, this address doesn't have any, there's no dog registered at this address. But what if it's my cousin standing down with a
Exactly.
dog over for a couple of days?
Right. Basically, I'm getting at is gonna be at large.
Yeah.
And wait, there wasn't a fine, or is that what we're discussing now?
I don't see anything in here that says fine.
Well, there should be, because if they're going,
That's what I'm
if
saying.
they're going that large, then now it's a problem, and the city has to handle it, and there's nothing for that.
There is a fee for a dog ran at large, so there's no fee associated with
License.
licensing. So if your dog is not licensed, are we charging you a fee? It is, because the only way you'll know is if it act like, right now, it's $25 if they're caught running at large. That's just a dog that's not as. Just $25 fine, as long as, I guess it's more of a, someone has to catch it.
Does anybody else disagree that there shouldn't be a fine if they're not registered with the clerk? I think that since they're going at large, it makes it easier for the city to identify who the dog belongs to, and then there's no, well, that wasn't my dog that did it.
Right.
So I think that how to incentivize people to actually file with the city. If you don't, and your dog gets out and the city has to deal with it, there's gonna be a hefty fine.
So right now, the fine for an at-large dog is $25. We could just increase that.
Well, maybe should be a line drawn between at large, because I'm guilty of my dog, once in a while slipping out, going down to
Right.
Casey's, somebody will call me, I'm gonna get them. It's not repetitive, but they have done.
Right.
Not like a weird, or something, a lot of people are not repetitive. That little stray dog come up here, they just accused to be that color on everything. Found his home, but it's,
Right.
but we know what I'm trying to say. It's
Certain circumstances.
Yeah,
Then maybe,
certain circumstances.
well, then maybe we have the emphasis or the bigger fine on the non-registering, because say John's dogs get out, why, if his dogs aren't harming anybody, why have a huge fine for?
But even though I'd be guilty,
Right.
by the book, I'd be guilty.
If I can't identify your dog, the
Also-
city's gotta be figuring out who's doing it, transporting
I
it.
think the only time an at-large dog fine gets put out is if
That's something.
it attacks something.
Ooh,
It's so far, really, because the way it seems.
Beef chicken has got
Yes.
$25.
Yeah, the only way that large dogs is if we had an animal control account, like every time they seen a dog out there, they caught it. I mean, in all honesty, that's the only way those fines would actually start to push out.
Yeah, we should attach
In
a
unregistered.
nominal fee to it, and you reckon, you thought $25?
What do you think for the non-registrations?
That didn't seem unfair, doesn't seem out of line either.
Yeah, because then no offense, it's $5 to register.
Do we need to have a repeated offender one? Because if we catch your dog the first time, that's,
Yeah, if it's a
and then it's the
repeated,
second time,
consistent,
at that point, you have no, we've already had contact with your dog, you might as well come up and pay the $5 registration fee then when we had your dog the first time. So I think we should make the second one.
Yeah.
Significantly larger than the first one.
I agree.
So $25 for the first offense, $25.
$25, yeah.
And then second offense would be, any offense after being a set amount. Because it could be the second, it could be the third. I mean, I don't know if you keep increasing it or if we just put that.
Do it 25 or go 50. They heard a little bit.
Yeah, just do 25 the first one and 50 consecutively after that.
Okay. Sounds good there.
Or 50 for every consecutive repeat offense.
And can be negotiated.
We,
In other words, look, it's just, yeah, anyway, I think we should say it can be negotiated as well.
we can, because people come up to this, people come up here before and ask to waive their sewer bill because they have water break. Well, your sewer is not actually monitored, so you get charged for your water used even if they didn't go down sewer, so they drain on the ground. And the city has waived it before, so it's kind of I guess every fine's negotiable.
The second one, I'm talking about, first one, we say, the second one could be, my neighbor's dog's in heat, my dog got out, and I couldn't help it, and
I know that sounds silly to bring up, but
Because technically,
it's not gonna be already, like, is it gonna be written in code that it's,
I guess any fine is negotiable if they come up here and plead.
because you certainly won't wanna say, well, this is your sixth time, we're actually gonna be $75 and we're negotiating it higher.
No, I think it's more of a negotiation, yeah, you're not wrong.
You know what I mean? I just don't want,
you're right.
just for legal.
Yeah. I would say, it doesn't always need to be posted, because technically,
Right.
any fine or any nuisance.
All right, let's waive that term then, stick with the fines.
Slash chicken control, I mean, that just, I think that's part of that chicken breeding. I
We've
think.
already covered that.
All right, moving on to mobile home regulations, lawn height specifications.
Mobile home regulations on what?
Is 133. Is what it states.
Do mobile homes have to have a current sticker in a window visible by whoever? It used
Are we talking about RVs or like the trailer park?
mobile home. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Mobile home regulations? It might,
I'm not, are we, is a
I
mobile
think it
home,
used to be.
is a mobile home considered like a trailer house or not?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Didn't say RV.
Right, that's,
Recreational vehicle, mobile home is something planned. But it used to be that you had to have a sticker in the window, a current.
like registrations almost.
Yeah, something, and, yeah. But the owner will have that, because how do you identify, by the property?
Yes, I'm not sure how that works, because I technically own a trailer house, but it didn't come with a title because it's taxed as a home.
And somewhere in the ordinance book, you're not supposed to do an attachment to the trailer. I read that, had the section out, but I apparently didn't. Which, there's a couple of them that have a porch that can't be attached, you can overhang, you can cantilever, but you can't attach it like on the west end of town is attached to the road.
Okay.
I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but boy.
Six one A regulations which mobile home member subject,
Page two, please.
mine's 134. Are we the ones that, a new park can be created, a new mobile home park?
I think it'd be more of, I think the building, because the property has to be rezoned, so it'd be the zoning committee, if they see fit that it's okay, that this area is zoned. Because the same with commercial, turning a residential to commercial lot type deal, or multifamily dwelling. But let's say the zoning committee says no, it has an option to go into the grievance committee.
Can we say no?
And that's, the way it goes is zoning, grievance, and that's where it dies. They can also come here, say it says no, no, and they come here and plead a case, and we wanna say yes, we can override. But I'll say,
Can we have an ordinance that says no?
no, I don't. I mean, we just wanna appear like any trailer park, or what?
Well, like you can't, there can't be any more.
Well, I just think, like I said, I mean, it's obviously, if, say I own this piece of plot here, and I wanted to zone it multifamily dwelling, they do a trailer park. It wasn't just up to the zoning committee, it's every neighbor, if they're okay with something like that going in. Jefferson just had this issue, they were trying to zone a multifamily dwelling in an old church to turn it into some rehabilitation center, and the neighboring houses fled their case saying they didn't want that. So I mean, you take into consideration in neighboring properties. Right.
So,
Not saying it couldn't come up in the near future, but as of right now, I don't think it's really an issue.
I know, it's just you're addressing this ordinance.
Right, but I don't know if it's even smart to say, no, we wouldn't allow another mobile home park to ever be put into the city limits, because if the city grows, then that just is something that's could happen. And then in 2 years, when the new council comes, another. Yeah, so it just, I don't see it being an issue as of right now, of anyone trying to create a secondary trailer park. I mean, if you have maybe unless you've heard somebody talking about converting property into a trailer park.
I think Ogden has an ordinance that states that there cannot be any more from the date that they had it, just because they're notorious for overtime, especially in communities like ours, to get run down really fast. Is there an ordinance saying that?
I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Bryce, but like he says, 2 years, we could all be out here, and they could come and change that ordinance again, so. If somebody else knows what you're doing.
Well, my thought is like it goes through at least 2 committees that we would hope would have done their research to know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Review of the ordinance, no new mobile homes can come into the city.
Well, like, we have an ordinance that trailer parks, or trailer mobile homes can only be put in trailer parks.
I agree with that.
Like you can't put one on an empty lot. Which I'm not sure exactly when that was put in.
It might be nice for zoning, or the other 2 parties that you're saying it has to go through, because then it wouldn't even be in question, they wouldn't even have to entertain it.
Right. Like, my thing is, if it goes to zoning and they say no, if you wanna push the issue, you go to the grievance committee or the board of adjustment, and if they say no, I think that's where it dies, usually. And I'm not sure why they ever decided that trailer houses couldn't be put on lots, because technically I could build, like a trailer house is 15 wide by 7. Code states that you have to have, like, if you were to build a house, it has to be a minimum of 16 wide. So I mean, technically I could build a house that's 16 wide, but 70 foot long, and it's still technically, it'll look like a trailer house, but it's just being on a slab, I guess it would be different, no?
No, there's a difference. There's a difference.
If you build one out of scratch, it'd be a lot better.
Well, yes.
Yeah, the material is gonna be different.
Well,
Inside.
The newer ones, I haven't been in a newer trailer house, I hope the newer trailer houses are built a lot better than what was built in 1980. Is there anything in the mobile home regulations we would like to change or add, or?
Not at the moment, not at me.
No. Because they can't be,
In fact,
if we change anything, the whole one would be just grandfathered into the right.
Anything that is current is grandfathered.
Like here it says, things have to be paved, concrete, asphalt,
Well,
things like that, but obviously it would be grandfathered into it, so.
long, 139 page. Yeah, it's 8 inches, but it says it's weird. 8. No, it says exceed 8, and 7 inches in parentheses, so I don't know what it's.
So that's even the most updated, because I don't have the most updated, but even the most updated, it's
It's-
103.
Well, this isn't the most updated, this is the reprint off of 2017, which is what you have, I think.
Is it still the same?
Yeah,
So. this
yeah,
needs to
same
be
company,
changed.
yeah. It just needs to be fixed for sure.
I could not find anything newer
Yeah.
You won't.
in the computer.
Where are you seeing eight?
It says exceed 8 in the word
Oh, I see.
spelling.
Okay.
It says 7 in parentheses.
We're going to keep it 8. I don't know, I guess I haven't looked into what other towns have done, but
Well, I think 8 inches is plenty, it shouldn't go over that by any means. But you gotta think, I mean, my close to it when I mowed. But I think you put it down, let's say you put it down to 6, I'd have to probably mow my yard twice a week, and I don't have time to mow my yard twice a week, and I don't even have a job.
Are you on 139 or 140?
140 is on the back where it states, it says number 4, they're on 6-2-4.
the numbers
Says 7.
spell 8, but
It
That's
says
7. So I mean, 8 or 7, whatever that may actually come out to be.
Which do you want, so we could change it?
I mean, we go 7 or whatever, like whatever we decide we're gonna decide, we're gonna talk about right now. But
I think, in my personal opinion. It's gonna be obvious, the ones that we actually find and send letters to.
Exactly.
I don't know if the number
It's
is
gonna matter.
what's gonna really matter. Just evident of what's happening this spring, the ones that are in question are clearly wheel rated.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna be out there with the ruler, if
No.
it's close to 8 inches, it probably doesn't matter.
No. Honestly, probably, I mean,
I say just leave it at 8 then.
Change the 7 to
yeah,
Yeah.
at least fix that out, bring hammer in there.
Is there anything in there for tree height?
Also-
Foundations?
No, I don't know. I just got a bit
What was that, Bryce?
about having trees growing next to
What
your
was that,
foundation.
Bryce? Excuse me. What was that, Bryce?
Tree height growing along foundations,
Oh,
like,
Like if you had a mulberry tree pop up and you let it go and it's by your
I see
house.
what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Obnoxious,
yes.
yeah,
I mean, I'm talking like,
yeah. That's it.
And I don't know how that works. I don't know if you can technically tell someone they can't have a tree grow next to their house.
Measure all time right now.
oh, there's just multiple lines.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if that's kind of like an overstep of telling someone they can't have that in their yard for a plant.
Well, they didn't.
No, but it's their house if they want a tree.
Voluntary tree.
If they want a tree to grow and destroy their foundation, I guess that's up to them.
I mean, not really, because the whole point of the city council is to maintain the safety and beauty of a town.
Right.
So we already tell them how long their lawn can be.
Right.
I mean, that's just common, but you could argue that that's telling people what to do too much.
But yeah.
Would that be on there though?
I don't know. That would.
Well, once you put that under. There's sort of a new section.
Well, that's the problem, is if we put it in there. For grandfather, then you can't do nothing about it anyways, but. Zach, you got any opinion on this?
You're talking about planting trees close to a foundation.
Just allowing trees growing close to your foundation, I guess is.
Not a tree you planted, it's just voluntary trees growing all over your house.
Yeah, avoid that, just like long grass, I would say.
But I just don't know how you would, how that could be worded.
Allow vegetation to grow in such a way that's a danger to the structure of the house.
Oh, yeah, that might, I wonder if that might be in there then, somewhere, wherever the structure is, no, I don't think it's under the grass, honey. But while we're still on the grass, can we add? I
We
don't
would
know if
call it a volunteer shrub or volunteer instead of plant it. You know,
Yeah.
You catch and plant something, you pay for it, you want it. If you got a volunteer mulberry or something that's, you know, come up, obviously, nuisance.
Maybe that is a nuisance area.
I think it might be under nuisance, that's what I was starting to think, I think it might be under there somewhere. Or structure safety, honestly, structural safety,
I guess we could. Maybe we should not go over that.
yeah.
I mean, is that something that we can put on next month's agenda to discuss and go further into?
Also, before we jump off grass, hear about blowing your clippings into the street.
Yes. I don't want to trees, because there's a lot of things in, like, landscaping in general, that's what other cities have it under.
Well, we could, obviously you could print something, if you find one,
Finish
and
your description.
give it to.
I don't have like an exact description, but I don't want us to limit it just talking about trees next to foundations.
Well, if you can find another city's ordinance that kind of reads what you want it to, we give it to Mary and we can, it's something we could adopt almost.
Right, I just wanted to be able to talk about it next month and not restrict it to just
Trees.
landscaping in general, because that's probably what it'd fall under. I know there's a section here that has limitations and, on what type of trees you can plant. I don't know if we could include it in that section.
Something about cottonwood. I recall
Cottonwood.
reading, I guess the cottonwood apparently is obnoxious to somebody. I think I read it in here.
I think the reasoning behind that is because the seeds clog,
Storm drains.
yeah, storm drains, air ducts, things like that, allergies. There's a lot more messy trees than cotton. I'm just saying, I don't know if we can put it in there, but Mary, is that, can we have that on the agenda for next month? Landscaping. Okay, now we can go back to the go on. Sorry.
Well, not really one, I'm just talking about grass clippings being blown.
It's not in there.
It happens a lot more than you think here in town, and we do have quite a few people that ride bikes in town. The city of Jefferson, I think they find pretty hefty if you blow your clippings in the street, because to them it clogs storm drains.
It goes down the storm drain, you know.
I think we should adopt something of such, leave your clippings on the city street.
I agree, should we get an ordinance and put it on the agenda for next month? And
Yes.
consider approved?
Yes.
Do we have any thought of fines? And how, time frame, I guess, because let's say I'm going to the yard and it gets blown into the street, what is a feasible time frame for me to get it off the street?
After you're done mowing?
Yeah, I mean, like, what is, like my yard probably takes maybe, some, right down what your yard takes, but mine probably takes a little bit longer with the size.
So you're asking about how long we can leave the creek?
But I mean, my thought is like, obviously, you have, let's say, 4 hours. So if you notice that you drive by and you see it, and you time it after 4 hours, you can call Mary and she can send you a fine. I mean.
So I think there's a difference on, I cut a corner and it like blew a little bit.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
it's just mowing the first couple paths into the road.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna come, or the city won't take it seriously if somebody gets a little bit on the road.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know if we need to specify
Just
a
time
time.
frame.
You just don't blow your foot.
Don't leave clippings in the, yeah, don't leave large amounts.
Then if you can blow something back.
Yeah,
you're not gonna-
I mean-
Even after you're done, the street's clean.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I think
But it's
I'm,
not, yeah, it's what you're saying, not intentionally do it and walk away from it.
yes.
right. And if you do, well, no, I just don't know why anybody would.
Oh, there's quite a few that do.
Oh, I saw it the other day. I'm just saying, if they're gonna do that, they're probably not going to.
Clean it up anyways, yeah.
So I don't even know if we need to put a
All right,
time frame on
yeah.
how long you need to clean it up.
And then what do we want for fines, so we can just get that in right away? First reading, second reading, third reading.
Oh, my phone does. I'm gonna look up.
We add it to 623, number 1, on page 139.
Yes.
You think we should add it to 6-3 or 2-3?
Yes, the cutting specifications and standards, yeah, because that'd be a standard we suggest you do not blow them.
I suggest we.
Yeah, we're telling you now, the standards are not blowing on the street. And then I guess what is our fines, first offense, second, and in defense after, I
What
guess.
do we charge the most somebody
All
that
crash
don't do it?
road.
$175 an hour, I think. Minimum an hour. I don't remember, it's $75.
So John, are you suggesting we charge by the hour to clean it up, or we
Yeah,
have
if
to?
we, yeah. Yes, I think we got a standard in here, don't we?
Right, it's,
$75?
yeah, $75, I thought it was $175.
Yeah, about one application of that, I'd be cleaning up after myself.
I agree, let's just hold the standard the same.
Well, there it is $175, because it says plus a surcharge of $100 will be charged to the property owner.
I think you might want to blow on clippings in the street.
Pretty good incentive.
You just keep it the same.
And if you have, then it
So
says,
add sort of
$75.
mow grass from roadway upon completion of mowing
mhm,
under number 1 of 6-2-3 on 139 page.
and then do you just add the price that charges the penalty, 6-2-7?
Yeah.
Just include it in there, because then it says if you have 2 or more violations of ordinance, the surcharge will increase by $25 for each subsequent violation.
What did you say to define that?
The same thing as what it is for the mowing. Because, I guess in theory, we would send Robert up there to clean up the street for a safety issue, is what it sounds like almost.
How is this?
You get a
one?
motorcycle driving down the road, they're gonna skid and
Well, see,
like,
that was another,
or a bicycle,
reason I
a
didn't-
kid on a bicycle.
reason why I didn't want to put a time on it, because
That's true too.
you shouldn't be doing it at all, because it
Exactly,
can pose a risk right when you do it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
makes sense.
But is it gonna be are we actually gonna have the city guy go and clean it up?
Well, if we have a compliance officer at the time to compliance officer technically could do it too.
Or one of the council.
Yeah, exactly, anyone can actually.
I don't wanna be the guardian of the lawn mowing industry.
No, I'd say mine
If
is,
it's flagrant, I'm gonna say something.
yeah,
Do we have a blower that,
Oh, yeah, we can do that too.
yeah, just, I
for
think
them to use?
Mm-hmm.
For them to use?
anyone that needs to, yeah, I think the city should have a leaf blower.
Oh,
I just didn't want it to turn into one of those things where,
We're adding more work to someone, I know.
yeah, there's no, I guess if we're finding somebody for it, it's got another fine, and then the city should have to take care of it, so I guess it holds the city accountable to. Okay.
Department reports. Mayor. I got, council.
I'll bring this up, Robert, I talked to Robert today. He said something about he would like to get coal patch, like a dump truck load, to fill some of the potholes around town that are,
He wants to pull it out of your eyes.
yeah, he said he'd probably talk to you about getting it delivered, but.
I think that'd be nice, starting White Rock.
Yeah, well, like, this one's here, they're White Rock, and just do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
But the rest of it, I think it would make sense to actually put some a little more permanent space.
instead of,
I agree.
Saving money out here for a hundred.
Yeah.
So we just.
I think, well, I think it's, the cost of it is, I think, within the limit that he can spend, so.
Yeah. is that a purchase order, Jason, that you can authorize, or do we have? to-
Yeah, I think
No,
Jason, I think Jason can authorize it, because it's under a certain limit.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring it up, that he did say, I talked to him today, that he would like. to
It's
do
in his
that.
budget. Anybody else, council? Zach, got it?
That guy thing,
Nope, should be back soon though, I'm excited to come back.
we miss you.
I do have something. Did you ever get an update on the property north of town, north of 30? Any complaints or anything about that?
Welfare.
I know we've been doing that the last couple of months.
No idea if I called the sheriff's department to do the welfare check. I do not know if they've done it or not. They never responded back, and neither has the property owner.
And no complaints from neighbors or anything like that?
Not at the moment.
All right.
City clerk.
I have nothing.
Street department. School cash.
Yeah, he picked up some tires today.
Yeah, because of that. That's tires. About
And
30 of
they
them.
were cutting trees down, so.
Library.
I have his report, and I left it on my desk.
Like, where was he
I'll be
at?
right back.
Told me it wasn't gonna be here, that it was other comments. Is there anything from the fire department while she's getting that? Can we move on to that one and come back?
No.
Siren test went well, they're real well.
Did you set the siren off? Or
Did I shut it off?
Did you set it off? I
The LAC.
I didn't know if the LAC had that capability.
Dave, that's who does it, the LAC.
Where's that located? Is there one in town or are there two?
There's one. Right here where the station.
And that's it?
Yep.
Is there anything up in town up there? Well, you could hear just like it was right there.
Yeah. Imagine what it sounds like right there.
That one's spin.
That's what it sounds like in my head.
It spins?
Yeah, that one's spin.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I see.
It's just straight in the back of the station. Right?
No, that's actually a pretty modern one.
Yeah.
We used to send Terry up there to blow up the bowl one. Let everyone
I
know.
think, and there's something wrong with the board on it, that they have to rewire or do something.
For the one
We
inside,
can't set it off at the station. right now.
inside the station.
Right.
You could go out to the panel and stand in
Yeah.
the
Are you
sun.
allowed to set off at the station?
Yeah.
Or I thought,
That's how they used to tell people there's a fire, there's a button you hit, it would make a
Yeah,
different
we can
sound.
set it off.
oh, but for a fire?
Fire, what, anyway,
I
what's it
misplaced
called? Yes.
I'm just asking, I'm curious, because I know
Oh,
I work for the
that's
sheriff's
right.
office and doing it, so I know that
Attached.
they're in charge of doing all the storm monitoring. I didn't know, if the city, I didn't know the.
Okay, we can open up the box and go out on the pole.
So, Alan asked me to read this. The summer reading program is Plant a Seed, Read, will begin on Tuesday, June 2nd, 10:30 a.m. at the library and continue each Tuesday in June from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. New display exhibit from Iowa PBS, Revolutionary Iowans, has been assembled and will be on display in the main front area of the library through summer and possibly fall. And that's it.
All right, we already discussed it. Let's adjourn
Motion adjourned.
I'll say.
I am ending stream.